Hey folks, it's Bill and you're watching Bill's Box of Sound again. And this video is an entry into the Grown Man Record Night contest for Under the Covers, which is basically albums that you picked up based solely or primarily on the cover art, or just what it's stuff that's on the cover. And you know what? I got fans blowing it. Let me turn off this fan, and then we'll talk more about this stuff. There. I'll just sweat as a result. Okay. So I already shot this once. I was very unhappy with the way it turned out. So here's my second try, okay? First record. And I'm not going in any particular order. But this is a record that I wanted to buy for a very long time based on the cover. But for a long time, I could never find the record. And this record's old. How old is this? What year did this come out? It had to be the 70s. I think it was before 71 or 72. But I had looked for this record for a long, long time. Never saw it. And then eventually just forgot about it. And then when I started collecting records again back in the early 2000s, I went to a record show, found it, and I said, oh, I have to have this because I've always wanted to buy this based on the record cover. And it's this one, 666 by Aphrodite's Child. And when I picked it up, I started reading the cover because, I mean, I had seen this like on the inner sleeves of all the Mercury records advertised, and I just thought that this was the coolest cover. And I always wanted to get this, had no idea what it sounded like or what was on it. And then I take a look at it, and it's got all the lyrics on the back, and then it says, composed, arranged, and produced by Vangelis Papathanassiou. Yeah, Vangelis, the Chariots of Fire guy, the guy who did the Blade Runner soundtrack, and has a whole bunch of really synthesizer deep prog records, like Albedo 0.39 and Spiral, really cool albums. Anyway, put the needle on the record, and like I started hearing stuff that I had heard on radio for years and years and years, like college stations and underground stations for a long time, and then ended up being really happy with it. But the initial interest was the record cover, and I'm glad that I got this. What else we got? Well, in a record store. And what year did this come out? 1980. And I was looking through 10-inch records because they were kind of cool to look at. And I saw this thing. Oingo Boingo. Never heard of them before. And I love this picture. I know that this is a classic painting. This picture of the cat here. Does it credit it? Let's see. Yeah, front cover painting by Louis Wain. Used by permission of Gutman Maclay, Institute of Psychiatry, London. And this is the first EP of 4 songs by Oingo Boingo. And, of course, with the world's introduction phonographically to Danny Elfman and his music, the recordings of these songs never ended up on any Oingo Boingo album. Some of the songs did, but not these recordings. And this is fantastic. But Look at me. Look at me. That's some great stuff there from Oingo Boingo, a 10-inch record. Next. I got to be showing a couple of records from when I got a lot of records for free. Now, I don't get records for free anymore because I pay for them all. But back from like 77 to 88, I reviewed records and concerts for a Cleveland-based weekly entertainment newspaper called The Scene Magazine. And saw this one right here, Massacre, Killing Time. And then I took a look at the back and saw all these blurry pictures of these musicians. And who are these guys? Fred Frith, Bill Laswell, Fred Marr, and just these bizarre titles like Bones, Tourism, Surfing, As Is, After, Gate. And there's no singing. Well, yeah, there's kind of no singing. There's some voice that Fred Frith has credited with, but I don't remember this as a vocal album. And it says that this band was formed on February 14th, 1980 at the request of Peter Blegvad, who's in Henry Cowan's Slap Happy. So I said, yeah, this is coming home with me. I'm playing it. And this is a manic, crazy record. Guitar, bass, drums. Worth checking out if you're into that kind of weird shit. Synthesizer music, though. I'm into synthesizers. And here's one that I saw, and I had to pick it up because I'm going to just show you the pictures. Synthesizers. Look at those synthesizers and that freaky stuff on there. And who is it? It's Roger Powell in his first album, Cosmic Furnace. There was a time where I would just buy any synthesizer record that I could, but this one just spoke to me with the speakers and the modular synthesizers and Roger looking at himself there in the negative. And this has all ARP synthesizers on it, because back then there was two types of synthesizers. There was the ARP synthesizer and there was the Moog synthesizer. And anything else at that point in time was kind of like, it's just a box with knobs on it. So I started looking around for these things, and this is pretty cool. I believe that there is some actual pianos on here, but all the other sounds on this record are all synthesizer. This is kind of whacked out proggy, but nice. I picked this up just because this cover was just so damn neat. And as fate would have it, he would end up later in Todd Rundgren's Utopia for many, many years. But I had no idea back then. Another synthesizer-based record that I saw the cover of. I'm looking at this one. I see the keyboards. I see the tadpole morphing into a human. Weird stuff. And acrobatics. It's Tonto's Expanding Headband by Robert Margouleff and Malcolm Cecil. All the sounds on this album are synthesizer sounds. This is kind of a weird, almost like if Tangerine Dream was forced to make nothing but 6-minute songs back when they first started out, it would have sounded something like this. And the back cover is pretty much the same. There's that keyboard again. And as years went by, these guys worked with Stevie Wonder on some synthesizer stuff, and also Robert Margouleff co-produced the Freedom of Choice album with Devo. So, once again, something that I was very glad that I picked up because of the cover. Now this, I paid for that record and for the Roger Powell record, and I bought this one too back when they had bargain bins. You go to any record store and they had sealed records, brand new records that were deleted from their catalog or returned for some reason or another. They had a hole drilled into them, or maybe they had a little saw cut, but they had the bargain bin, and I loved the bargain bin. I did many blind buys from those, and I saw this record here. It looked kind of cool, looked kind of British. It's an import. It was pressed in England, and I had never heard of this group Gentle Giant before, and it was only a couple of bucks. So I said, yeah, this is coming home with me. Took it home, dropped the needle, and this is like about 75, 76. My brain was knee deep in Yes and Genesis at this time, and I was just deeply getting into prog music. This fed my hunger, and I've been a big fan of Gentle Giant ever since. So if you don't know about this already, come on. You should know already. It's progressive. It's wonderful. And this is probably my top 3 Gentle Giant albums for me. Now, every once in a while, you will see an album, love the cover, and you'll say, yeah, this album cover speaks to me. I want to take it home, listen to it. And I found this at a show, and picked it up. Harold Betters and his trombone in the big city. And this album is arranged by Harold and Slide Hampton, produced by Jimmy Bowen, engineered by Eddie Smith, and it is a reprise album. And dig this, mono with the old Steamboat label, but it's a white label promo, so you don't even see the Steamboat. This is a radio station copy that I found. However, this album did not fulfill its promise. It's got some interesting stuff on it, but it gets a little kitschy, a little easy listening-ish with the background vocals and stuff like that. For some reason, just this did not really hit it for me. I'll probably try and sell this or give it away or something. And what else we got? Oh, you know, I had to listen to this again last night. Back when I was a record reviewer, and this is 1979, I saw this record, and you gotta love this cover. Never heard of these guys before. XTC, Drums and Wires, and took it home, and man, now if you frequent my channel, you know I'm a big XTC fan. Got every single one of their albums, and Andy Partridge is still putting out stuff. Colin Moulding just put out a 3-song EP, which is on CD only, no vinyl, but this I took home, and this started, this is one of my favorite bands of all time, XTC. Drums and Wires, great record. And the first version of this album, on Virgin Records no less, came with a 7-inch EP with 3 extra songs on it. The US copy of the album had a slightly different track arrangement than the UK version of it. So it's worth collecting. And that's it. Now, Grown Man Record Night. That is the channel that I am doing this for. Every Friday night, Mikey Bananas and the guys, Steve Fever, Jay the Curbist, they do this great program about records, about chips, about drinks, sodas, music news, and they do all sorts of different types of music, and it's nutty, but I'm surprised they have as few subscribers as they do. So come on, show them some love and go over to their channel, check them out and subscribe. They archive all of their shows, and before they do their shows on Friday nights, they're live on Twitch DJing and playing records. I've bought several records just based on the stuff that they were playing before their show. For example, All Them Witches. Never heard of them before. They were playing them one night. Damn, these guys are good. Kind of stoner rock type of stuff. And then one night I tuned into the stream. They were playing Eddie Harris Plugged Me In. And a lot of times Eddie Harris is kind of kitschy, the kind of stuff, kind of not my flavor. But this album just hit me with his electric saxophone. Very good stuff. So that's my recommendation. Grown Man Record Night. Congratulations on as many subscribers as you do have, because as a result of this contest, I see your subscriber count going up. So if you liked what I'm doing here, well, by all means, feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. And had a great time. Hope you did too. Go listen to a record or something.